You need to balance yourself. Hi there. What's up, guys? My name is Eliana. Today, back with another video, but today this video is gonna be a little more personal. I will be sharing with you guys how I escaped almost 18 years of abuse. It may sound a little dark or whatever the case might be, but I have escaped that. I have got myself out of that situation. I have grown as a person. I have grown from all that trauma, but I am sharing it today so you guys can, anyone that is in my situation, get motivation and support from me and my story. This does make me a little bit emotional because something I've been through, something I've been healing from, something I feel like I'm really close to just healing from, being fully healed from. This is just the very last step for me, you know what I mean? I'm just letting it off my chest today because my story has never changed. My story has been the same since I was younger, and even though I'm only 18, there's so much that I've learned that I feel like I can help so much girls, boys, gays, anyone around in any situation they're in. And if they're going through anything similar, you could talk to me, like I'm right here. It took me a couple days to really get the courage to make this video because I've always been like a really happy type of person. If I knew I had any problem or any issue, I would work on it, and I would really, not over stress myself or overburden myself, but really get those parts of me figured out and figure out why I act the way I act, what might have happened in my life that is making me be this way or act this way, what can I do differently, just so I can grow as a person. That's how I am. My story may sound a little dark, it may sound a little deep, but use it as not a way to pity me in any way. I love each and every one of you for watching my videos. I've just felt like on my YouTube, I just wasn't being myself. I wasn't being my authentic self. Maybe in my videos, I were with my friends and everything like that. But when it came to my actual YouTube and me wanting to build a fan base or, a small community, there was so much more that my fans can know about me and figure out, and that I can know about you guys, things like that. And I have been shamed every year for knowing what I know about my own life, from my own family. But today I'm telling the truth. Today I'm airing it out. I've never lied once about it. So today is the day. I'm gonna release it off my chest. This took me a lot of courage, a lot of bravery, but today I'm finally sitting here and I'm doing it, and I'm happy for myself. I'm proud of myself. I'll always be. Disclaimer though, I will be talking about themes of abuse, sexual abuse, physically, verbally. We'll be talking about a whole lot of things that are surrounded by dark themes. If that is a trigger for you guys, I suggest you click off the video, and that is perfectly fine. You don't have to watch it. I will also be narrating what I've gone through like it is a story, in a way that, it's a little more to the point, and so that you guys really do get the real gist of what was happening, because this is the only way I thought about writing it down. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys. It started when I was 7. I went on a trip to Jamaica with my older brother. I didn't know the reason why I was going to Jamaica, but what I did know was that my mom was struggling to take care of me and my brother in New York. When I got there, it was my first time really feeling alive. I was picking and eating fruit every single day. I was going to the farm, taking care of and hunting animals every day with my family. In Jamaica, my family had a salon and a deli down there, so I always enjoyed my time. Until one day, I had to go to church, and I was told that my cousins were gonna come with me. The thing is, I was going to church every Sunday. I was going back and forth and back and forth. I was a part of the choir, and my family was really proud of me for that. They loved that I was going to church, and they loved that I was practicing the same religion they were forcing upon me. But one day I was in the back of my house at the tank fetching water, and my cousin came to me and he asked me for a hug, and he kept pestering me. Then afterwards, I pushed him off. I ran off because he tried to keep kissing me. Then I knew something's weird. I looked up the window as I was running away, and I see my aunt staring at me through the window, and I was wondering why she didn't do anything, say anything, move, or even come outside. Why did you just watch? After my 2 years of Jamaica was up, my mom was taking me and my older brother right back to New York, where we were surprised to see that she was pregnant and she was with a different man. He said he had a daughter that he wanted me and my brother to meet. And then everything was going well in the beginning. My mom and my new dad had stable jobs. I had also a new sister. My stepsister was this new man's daughter. Everything was going great. We were going out every day. We were spending money on any and everything we wanted until it started going downhill fast. Me and my siblings had help with anything we asked for. Got allowance every week. We always had the latest this and the newest that. It was always so shiny when it came to us, when it came to our family. At the time, my family, going out to eat and material shopping, were at a great high. Me and my stepsister, though, we were becoming closer and closer every single day, especially because we shared a room. I never shared a room with anybody before, except my brother. So I thought in a way of, well, this is new. Well, at least I have a sister now. I have to be around boys 24/7. I always wished for a sister. I wished for one when I was 6 years old. I felt like my wish was being granted. My older brother was causing a lot more trouble at school, getting into fights, hitting people, getting into detention, whatever the case might have been. When my mom had her baby, she was still working and my stepfather was still working. So me and my sister had to stay there at home every day and take care of our brothers as babies, as newborns, making their milk, changing their diaper, tending to them every single second while our parents were at work, because that was our job. I was 10, she was 11. We were taking turns, we were changing their diapers, we were bathing them, clothing them. Growing up, the abuse only got worse the more my mom's new man got comfortable being in the house with us. We had a strict set of rules. We weren't allowed to talk to boys, we weren't allowed to go outside. Literally. We weren't allowed to wear revealing clothes, even though they weren't that revealing, even though we were only children. He had strict rules for us, and he had strict expectations when it came to our schoolwork as well. So did our mom. Me and my sister, we carried the honor roll for school for many, many years. But the better we got, the worse the verbal abuse got, the worse he got. It wasn't enough. As sometimes it was only the smallest thing, like us not putting back a set of toilet paper or eating late at night. He would line me and my siblings up one by one, and he would beat each and every one of us with a belt. He would lay it across our backs, no care. He would beat us up out our sleep, no care. Another day, I looked into my family's fridge and I seen a can of Red Bull. He drinks Red Bull, I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know what it tastes like, but I was curious. Me and my sister kept laughing and I wanted to playfully take a sip, so I did. My sister then went, she playfully told me she was gonna tell on me, and she did. She told my mom that I took a sip. My mom held me, and she slapped me and beat me in my face for 3 hours straight, while threatening to tell my father that was not in my life and has not been in my life, and threatening to record me and put it on social media. At the time, I was 10. My face after she beat me, I couldn't recognize. My cheeks were morphed differently. My eye was big and swollen. Everything about my face was rearranged because my mom sat there for 3 hours putting her hands on my face. Or was it because it was his Red Bull? She started threatening that she wouldn't defend us anymore, even though she's our mom. She's supposed to. He started getting more violent. If we didn't wake up early for school, he would beat us out our sleep. He would lay strong hands on my sister's face. She would control her expression until she came in the room with me, finally feeling safe enough at the time to cry. On some days, we weren't allowed in the kitchen at all. Other days, she would beat my brother, even while he was naked, in front of us, to show us discipline. He ran away from home twice, once with no socks or shoes in the snow, another time after he got in trouble at school again. Then he started being fixated on me. Who's he? My stepdad. I was the happy one in my family all the time, always entertaining my mom and my siblings, making them laugh and constantly playing around. One night I was up late while my mom went on her night shift. She was a CNA, and he called me in his room. I thought it was innocent, light. Because this dad is one that has been providing for me and my family, unlike my actual father that left early in my life but kept in contact with me rarely. He told me to get into bed with him, and I thought it was going to be like when I slept with my mom. My birthday was the very next day. I was turning 12. He started kissing me and hugging me. I uncomfortably put my head down and moved off the bed. He apologized over and over, saying he was drunk and he was barely drunk that night. I didn't know what to do. I was scared. The next week he came into my room while I was asleep and started touching me. Touching there. Somewhere I knew no man has ever touched before. I squirmed with my eyes closed to sleep, and he still tried to continue, so I opened my eyes, and he ran off. For a second, I thought it was my brother, but when I went to go check outside, he was fast asleep. I thought longer and remembered the same shoes I seen scurry out my room in the dark, his slides. The next morning, I told my sister first, which she just told me to tell my mom. I told my mom, and the first thing she asked me was, what do you want me to do about that? Do you want me to leave him? I didn't know anything about marriage, divorces. I didn't want to see my mom unhappy, but at the same time, I wanted her to protect me. She never did. He immediately got a cigarette and walked out the house, guilty. He only does that a lot when he's stressed and shamed. Nobody else notices these things in the house but me. I look behind the picture of everything. My mom brushed it off, said it was because I play with him too much, and it's my fault. It got worse over the years. In middle school, before I would leave to go to school in the morning, he would grab me forcefully and shove his tongue down my mouth. While I fought him off, he would tell me, I can't wait until you turn 18, and look at me creepily when I walked into the bathroom. When I went to take a shower one time, I bent over to turn the bath on, and he opens the door, immediately closing it, but telling me with a smirk I was in a compromising position. I ate food, a hot dog with mayonnaise, and he would record me and sexualize me. One day, he asked me if I wanted a pair of headphones. I said yes, because everybody in my family knows that I love music. Until he told me he uses them to watch porn when my mom is gone, smiling at me like it makes it any better. I never took it. Then one night, this very one night, my mom was in the shower getting ready for another night shift. I marched in his room, tired and fed up, and told him I was done with him trying to put his hands on me. And he choked me against the bed, telling me to be quiet, and I punched him over and over, aiming at his face and balls. He let me go, and I told him again when she left that night. And again, she acted like it was all me, all my fault, saying I just want to fuck her man, and because I think I'm just so blah blah blah, this is happening. All the ACS cases I had were from her. Every evidence I took, she took back. She deleted it. She took my phone, broke it. Police said he wasn't allowed in the house, and she would constantly bring him back. She didn't want me telling the truth to anybody. And when I did, she would get mad, enraged. She would blame me for him having to be in a hotel. She made my life hell. She would follow me to the bathroom while yelling and screaming at me for hours, locking me in my room in the dark. I wasn't even able to ask for food. Every interview she had, she would lie, convinced the investigators I was acting out because of a boy. Who's this boy in question? Now, still, he's my boyfriend. While the abuse was happening, me and my sister were close, and her friends were also mine. At school, there was a guy one of our friends had a crush on, but I was like the little girl of the group. I was quiet, and I was very shy. They were very boy crazy. They would ask me to talk to their crushes for them, ask me to figure this or that out, ask me to hang out with the guys they liked to soon convince them one day to hang out with them. Tiring, right? One day, she made me talk to a guy she liked, and me and him instantly felt attracted to each other. He was looking at me deeply, smiling while I asked him a question. Soon then, they made me message him on Insta. I never knew why, but me and him started to grow closer and closer. Sooner or later, me and him started to go to the park every single day, meeting up early before school, started to play ball in the morning. I started really getting to know his friends instead of faking like I cared about it. When they found out, of course they were upset, but I already cried. I already gave an apology. And after that, she started having a crush on his friend next. Anyway, I opened up to him about what was happening at my house. When my mom and stepdad found out, they both came into the room, cursed him out over the phone, upset that I was talking to a boy. I was turning 15, and he was 17. Then I ran away with him. I was tired of seeing my stepdad back at the house, and he wanted so badly to help me. I told his family, and they helped me too, almost taking me in like their own. Except his family had their own problems. I was sent back home multiple times though, and we got to stay together for days on end with his stepmom and her lovely daughter. He was there for me through everything and protected me. This same boy was the one my mom was trying to use as an excuse. This boy was the problem in my mom's eyes. It's bad that he's helping me. It's bad that he's motivating me to make a move. It's bad that he's telling me to keep telling the truth. He even showed up to my ACS interviews. My family always was surprised to see him. Then, my mom sent me away. She didn't want me with him. I was finally happy to see him the next day because it would be the start of my sophomore year. And she told me I wasn't going to school and to pack my things and go with my grandmother in Florida.